How on earth are you supposed to experience God's peace, to feel that peace in God when life feels so stressful? I've got the answers for you up next. So not long ago in the Grow Your Faith community, we actually did a study on experiencing God's peace. And I actually had a question that came up. What can I do to stay anchored in God's peace when I'm constantly bombarded by stress and distractions? Hey, I've been there too, my friend. Life is hard and it's stressful. And as I'm recording this in February 2025 right now, let me tell you, 2025 has not started out great for my family and I, our extended family. There's been a lot going on and it's been very, very stressful. One of the things we've had to learn to do is just to experience and really ground ourselves in God, to experience that peace when everything around us feels like it's falling apart. And I'm going to share with you today exactly how to do that. My name is Tammy Rotzel from the website Footprints of Inspiration and a Faithful God podcast, where I teach women how to let go of that need for perfection in their faith walk so they can show up perfectly imperfect to create a deep and meaningful relationship with God. Now, today I'm going to share with you 3 things that you can do to experience that peace in God. Number 1, make your time with God non-negotiable. Now, hang tight with me because I've got something very important to share with you. But peace doesn't come from a perfect schedule. It comes from prioritizing God. And in Isaiah, chapter 26, verse 3, it states this: "You will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast because they trust in you." When we look at other translations, it says, "Those you will keep in perfect peace, those whose eyes are fixed on you." You see, if we want to experience that peace in God, if we want to experience that peace that transcends all understanding, goes above anything you and I can ever understand, we've got to make our time with God non-negotiable. Now, hear me clearly. Our time with God doesn't have to look a certain way, nor does it have to look the same every single day. So we're not talking about locking ourselves away in a closet for 30 minutes, an hour on end. You're busy. You've got a lot going on in your life. God knows that. But by intentionally setting your mind on God throughout the day and making this a non-negotiable, this is going to help you stay connected to Him. It's going to help you open yourself up to receive His peace. You see, we don't go to God to achieve peace. We go to God to receive His peace. That's a small little distinction. That little 1% shift that I talk about a lot on this channel is we don't go to God again to achieve that peace. We go to God to receive His peace. Peace comes from consistency, not convenience. Not conveniently trying to fit Him into the day somewhere. It comes with consistency of seeking our Father. Life is always going to be busy. It's always going to be stressful. So we have to make that time with God non-negotiable. How do we do that? Through prayer anchoring, through breath prayers, through sitting in the silence with God. Now, I talk about that in another video. The video is titled "What to Pray When You Don't Know What to Say." I will drop that in the links below for you to listen to afterwards. But we talk about that, and that's a perfect way to stay connected with God without having to spend hours and hours of your day. You don't have to spend hours doing Bible study to receive God's peace. You don't have to lock yourself away in a closet without any distractions to experience God's peace. God is going to meet you right where you are, whether that's emotionally and or physically. He is going to meet you, whether that's in your car, on your morning walk, whether it is in the carpool line or on your way to work. It doesn't matter. But make time with God a non-negotiable. Number 2, start your day with God. How you start your day sets the tone for the rest of the day. Now, hear me out. Remember what I said just a moment ago. Your time with God does not have to look a certain way, nor does it have to look the same every day. Think outside the box. Again, breath prayers, prayer anchoring. Before you get out of bed in the morning, when you grab your phone, instead of jumping on social media or an email, pull up a Bible app and read the verse for the day. Say a prayer before you get out of bed. Say a prayer while you're showering or brushing your teeth or making your bed in the morning. Start the day by connecting with God some way, somehow, and asking Him to help you respond to whatever the day has for you in a way that honors Him. Ask Him to fill you with His peace. Ask Him to convict your heart, to remind you that when those stressful times come during the day, because they will, it's not a matter of if, but when they come, Lord, remind me to set my mind back on you. Remind me to turn to you for your peace in the midst of this. Now, before I get into that third thing that you can do to help you experience that peace in God, I want to let you know, if you have these same types of questions, these are the kinds of questions, these are the kind of lessons that we actually do inside our community, in the Grow Your Faith community, every single month. Every month I put out a very short lesson, and we dive together into that lesson, in the Bible. We do that together to help us dig a little bit deeper, help us uncover a little bit more. These are simple, easy lessons that just really help you experience peace in God, that help you experience that comfort, that strength, that wisdom, that clarity that you need. And if this sounds like a community that you want, a community of like-minded women going through the same trials and challenges, the same struggles, that you too experience in your life, then I want to invite you to hop on over and join the wait list, the Grow Your Faith community wait list. Right now, the doors are not open. They only open one time a year, and they're going to be opening again in March. So hop on over, join the wait list at footprintsofinspiration.com/growyourfaith. That's footprintsofinspiration.com/growyourfaith. Again, inside this community, this is where I answer questions just like this. And it's a phenomenal community, one where these women are just truly growing together, and just watching them step out and step into this relationship with God and see the growth and transformation that God is doing in their lives through these hard questions, through getting persistent and consistent in pursuing peace and pursuing God and His strength and His wisdom, His clarity. So again, hop on over to footprintsofinspiration.com/growyourfaith. That's footprintsofinspiration.com/growyourfaith to join that wait list so you do not miss out when the doors open. Now, the third most important thing you need to understand in order to experience peace in God is that peace isn't about perfection or routine. It's about relationship with God. It's not about the perfect words or the Pinterest-worthy settings and formal settings at all. That's not what this is about. This is about just showing up perfectly imperfect to create that relationship with God. It's not about routines or checking off the boxes. Oh, did that Bible study today. Oh, let me check that one off because I did that one today too, right? That's not what this is about. This is about creating a real relationship with God. All of those things are good. Bible study is good. Prayer times, like sitting down and really getting into the silence with God, all those things are really, really good. But again, this isn't about a specific routine or perfection. It's just about building a relationship with God. As you build that relationship with God, as you get closer to Him, you will learn to open yourself up and go to Him, not to achieve peace, but to receive that peace in Him, that peace that is above anything that you or I can ever comprehend. You see, that peace that we can experience even in the midst of stress and pain, because it's possible to have peace and pain at the very same time. That is possible, my friend. It's possible to say, you know what? Nothing in my life has changed. All these circumstances are just the same, yet everything has changed because I've learned how to go to God and open myself up and receive His peace. This requires, consistency, in building a relationship, on all the messy steps, not perfection, not perfect boxes to check off, just all the messy steps of just meeting God right where you are. Think about it with your bestie, right? You've got a best friend that you would go to, that you would tell everything to, a friend who will never ever judge you. It's the same with our loving Father. Our loving Father wants to build this relationship with you. He wants to give you this peace, His peace. He wants to fill you with that peace that isn't dictated by your circumstances. He wants to fill you with that peace that isn't about anything you're going through, but only about Him. And you see, when we start to experience that peace, we find more rest. We find more confidence. We find more calm. We find more comfort. We find more wisdom and clarity. But we've got to learn how to go to Him and build that relationship. Not perfect. It's not about perfection, and it's not about checking off the boxes. It's just about showing up and building that relationship, opening ourselves up to receive that peace that He wants to pour on us throughout the day. Now, something I want you to keep in mind, be flexible. Be flexible. Again, I know I say this all the time, but I say it all the time because I want very much for you to start saying it all the time in your head too. When that doubt creeps in, when those fears creep in, I want you to stand on this truth that your time with God does not have to look a certain way, nor does it have to look the same every day. Connect with God in different ways. There's no right way. There's no wrong way to connect with Him. Just connect with Him. It's talking with God whenever, wherever. So let me go ahead and recap those 3 things that you need to understand about experiencing that peace in God. Number 1, make your time with God a non-negotiable. Number 2, start your day with God. Number 3, focus on relationship, not routine. Let me repeat that one. Focus on relationship, not routine. God's peace isn't something you achieve. It's something you receive when you're anchored in His presence. See, all lasting transformation happens in the presence of God. All lasting peace happens in the presence of God. It does not happen in the absence of circumstances, of trials and challenges. That's not what true peace is. It isn't about whether or not things are going good in your life. You see, you can experience God's peace even when everything around you feels so hard and chaotic. You can experience that, my friend. But stop going to God and trying to achieve it, and instead opening yourself up to receive it through a relationship with Him. So, my friend, I want to hear from you. Drop in the comments below and tell me that you are going to just start showing up, building that relationship with God, and just opening yourself up to receive that peace. Drop in the comments below, say, yes, I am. I am going to start showing up and just doing that. Listen, you're going to have that self-doubt. Right? Satan's going to see you drawing closer to God, and he will turn up the heat. That's what he does. It's a tired old playbook. We already know what he's going to do. And see, when we know that he's going to turn up the heat, how is he going, or what does that look like? That's going to look like self-doubt. That's going to look like standing on feelings rather than facts. And so we're not going to do that. When Satan turns up the heat, okay, great. You know what? That means he sees that I'm growing closer to God. Yeah. That means he sees, feels threatened. Good. He should. He should feel threatened. You shouldn't feel threatened. He should feel threatened. So don't stand on that self-doubt. When that self-doubt comes, when that uncertainty comes, stand on what you know to be true. That His peace, you can experience it even in the midst of pain. His peace is not something you achieve. It's something you receive. All right, my friend, I pray this blessed you today. I pray that you start to experience that peace of God that transcends all understanding. And then I will meet you back here in the next video.